Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I hope your journey towards being your true authentic self is going really well. Make sure you comment down below your experience, your challenges, your wins, your losses, everything. Let's share it all and let's all start a really nice, friendly, open community, open-hearted community so we can all grow together. So today, I told you guys that I'm really taking you along for the journey, right? And as things are happening in my life, I'm going to be sharing them with you as it comes to me. As things start to feel differently within me, as I start to respond differently to my life, to people, to interactions, to friends, to family, to whatever. And if I have low moments, if I have high moments, if I have things that I need to share, I'm going to share them with you guys because this is really like the journey of the incomplete, the forever journey of being incomplete. Because we're already whole, but there's always so much more to learn as human beings on this journey that we're on. So we're complete as a spiritual being. We're already complete and fully loved and unconditional love itself, but as humans we're always learning. So as I want to describe this now, it's really my journey of being incomplete as a human. And things that might trigger me, things that might come up, and I want to take you guys along because I know that watching another person go through certain things and express it kind of like a journal in a bit of a way can be very helpful and wake you up to realizing that maybe you're doing that same thing in your life. And hopefully with what I share from my experiences, it can wake you up somehow or guide you in a direction or give you an idea that inspires you or helps you to shed a belief system that you didn't even realize you were holding on to until maybe you resonated with what I was saying and realized that you're going through the similar situation or similar feelings and so on. So I want to talk to you guys about a situation that just happened last night. So I don't know if you guys, I don't think I've told you this, but I am a singer and that is my day job. I'm blessed to have created a singing business these past 2 years that's been successful enough to where that's supporting me and to where I've been able to now have the freedom to start this channel. And recently it's been slowing down a little bit. There was basically my steady gig in the town that I live in. It was a gig that I had every week. It paid really well. The tips are great. It was really the space where I could really perform the most. Decided not to do music anymore. And so locally, you know, that's a big hit because that's a weekly gig and that gives me at least 4 to 5 gigs on top of the other things that I do privately for private parties or events and traveling and so on. So last night was my first gig in about a month. I mean, I've been hunting this past month, so it was going to be, I wasn't going to be gigging anyways, but it was my first one back in about a month. And one of the guys a gentleman who goes to my shows, he's gone to my shows since the beginning. He's a supporter, he loves, you know, he loves it. And he came in kind of like during my last song basically. And so after I broke down my set and everything, I was going and talking to him and saying what's up and everything. And we kind of got into it and he's like, yeah, your website, you know, it doesn't have any of your events on there anymore. And I'm like, yeah, there's really, you know, it's really slowing down right now. All of my public local gigs are pretty slow right now. And so he just asked the question just innocently, but kind of very poignantly. He's like, so what are you doing? And in that moment, I don't know, it triggered something inside me. That old New York mindset of being in the rat race and needing to prove myself. And basically, what I realized in that moment is how much I rely on productivity to validate my experience as a human being, like my worth, and just to validate my existence, my deservingness to exist as a human on the planet. Like I always need to be doing something. I need to have it all figured out. I need to always be bringing in money and things like that. And so I just kind of responded, you know, just like I'm figuring it out, you know, one door closes, another one opens, and I really believe that. And I've said that from the beginning when that venue decided to stop doing live music, I knew that was an opportunity, and clearly it's an opportunity because now I'm talking with you guys, and it inspired me to like, okay, now's the time to come out and speak with you guys and be myself and really find ways to express myself and share my journey with you as I've been talking about. So I just want to talk about that for a little bit, because if you're like me and you've grown up in Western culture here in America or other places, you grew up thinking and being taught that you need to go out in the world and become something, that you need to raise a family by a certain time, ideally, that you need to have a job by a certain time, ideally, you need to have a house by a certain time, ideally. And I think a lot of us right now are struggling with that push-pull of, we want to do something that we feel in our heart is what we're supposed to be doing, and there's not instant results when you start that process towards your new journey, your new endeavor. And that's the same thing with what I'm going through now. I'm just now starting YouTube and sharing all of this with you guys, and I love it, and I'm blessed to be able to have the freedom financially from the past 2 years of work that I've had, that even in this slower time of work that I'm in right now, I'm able to be okay, and I'm able to give my fullness to you guys, but the end result isn't there yet. And so when people come up and ask, like, what have you been up to? What are you doing? I'm not really telling them that I'm doing this, not because I'm ashamed or anything like that, but it's really not anybody's business what I'm doing. And it wasn't even, that gentleman, like he asked it very innocently, but it's not our obligation, it's not my obligation to detail my life out for you and tell you what's going on. And that's what I felt like. I felt like I had to validate my existence by saying something that I'm getting into now or whatever. And I don't know, it just triggered all those old feelings inside of me from New York of needing to fully validate myself. And I don't need to do that. And those moments that, moments like these, when they do happen and you feel that trigger, that emotional response that you don't prefer, that really isn't you, that's a blessing. And that's a signal. And that's a moment that if you're conscious and aware enough in your life and you don't just go through emotions and then let them go and not process them or not have a moment of reflection as to why you had that response, why you had a certain reaction, then you're not going to learn if you are just kind of going through life on autopilot. So those moments are absolute blessings, and it's a blessing, and that's why I'm now able to talk with you guys, and I've been reflecting on this over the past 24 hours. And you know what? It's just like, who cares? I'm doing this, and I believe in what this is going to do for, even if it's just one person that's listening to this right now, that it changes your perspective or inspires you to do something or go on a different path than you've been going on, or confront someone or confront a part of yourself, then that's amazing. And that's part of my journey. And I'm going to remember these times, of these beginning times before I'm making any money with it, before I have a really big following. I'm going to remember these times, and I'm going to look back fondly on it. And so it's important, like when we're starting a new business, a new endeavor, a new passion, a new creative expression, that we give ourselves the grace to go through the ups and downs and go through the emotions of it, because it's an emotional roller coaster. You're going to have those people and those moments in your life that make you question everything that you're doing right now. Is it worth it? Am I doing the right thing? Am I off track? Do I need to be forcing myself to, find another job because I need to get to this point financially as quickly as possible, or I need to get that house, or I need to get that sense of security? Or can I just take a moment and relax and get into the flow and meditate and quiet my mind and pray and imagine what a better life for myself looks like, and then start taking actions on what that better life requires. So I really hope that that helps you and wakes something up, that spark inside of you, because man, I was so in that moment, again, realizing how much I rely on other people's approval and rely on productivity to validate my existence as a human. There's so many pieces to that we can figure out and put together. You know, the old identity part of us that feels like we have to have it all together. We have to have a plan. We have to have a financial here, steps A, B, C, and D, and we got to follow that in a linear path, and we can't stray away from that. We have to force our ways through. We have to push our ways through that in order to get to the other side. But what I've realized in my journey, and if this resonates with you, I mean, take this home. If you get into that authentic expression, if you get into that downstream flow, and if you ask the question, am I aligned with this? Am I aligned with myself in this moment? Am I aligned with this path? Am I aligned with this passion, this new idea, this new creative expression that I really want to do, but I've been holding myself back from because I'm thinking about all of the steps. I'm thinking about how this has to make money, you know, super fast. You know, instead of asking yourself the question, you know, how is this going to make me money? When is this going to make me money? How much money is this going to take? You know, how much money is it going to take to do this expression? And asking all of these questions that are going to stop you right there, dead in your tracks, from taking action just to start that journey. If instead of doing that, you just ask the one question, does this light me up? Do I feel good when I think about this idea? Do I feel good when I express this in my day-to-day life? When I actually give myself that moment to come out of the box and try something new? Try something that feels like it's been boiling inside me and suppressed inside me for so long? Does it feel aligned? Because if it does, then you need to fucking do it, man. We cannot hold ourselves back anymore. We can't be waiting on the fence, sitting on the fence, seeing if, you know, things line up and people approve. And when we go out and tell people, oh, we have this idea that everybody approves, my suggestion is to tell absolutely nobody what you're really up to unless you have someone very, very close to you that is able to listen and support you unconditionally and help you gain momentum on that idea. Then I suggest you don't tell a soul, because you don't need to tell a soul at the beginning. And I'm not saying that you have to go on this journey all by yourself throughout. That is definitely not what I'm saying. But at the very beginning, it's going to be important that you are going inside of yourself and you're asking yourself these questions that I just asked and answering them for yourself honestly. And not going to your mom and to your dad and to your uncle and to your best friend or to whoever, some old teacher or something, to give you the green light to act on what you want to express. We have to stop. No more fence sitting. No more asking people for permission. Do I feel aligned in this expression? And right now, in this moment, I feel amazing. Seriously. I mean, this is what I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. And I've imagined what my life will be like when I truly get to that ideal moment, that ideal picture. And that excites the hell out of me, but I know for a fact that that's a limitation. And so when you have those visions in your mind of, you know, the best case scenario for your life, the best case result for what path you're starting to take right now, you can use that, but you got to let that go and not insist that it looks that way, because then you start resisting, then you start getting in your own way, then you start doubting yourself when challenges come up. You have to drop it completely. You can hold on to that image and let it inspire you, but you can't insist that it has to look like that, because your physical mind can only imagine so much. Your higher mind, your inner being, your God self, your universal self has the big picture. It's sitting on the mountaintop. We're down here in the valley. It's not our job to have that part figured out, because I guarantee you it is a limitation. The mind cannot imagine what is actually possible for you. So that was a side note, I guess. But all that's to say, don't let anybody hold you back, and stop asking for approval. Stop asking for permission to to do what you want to do, to express that version of yourself that you want to express. Just start taking the action right now, as little as it is. I'm just out here. I don't have the best camera equipment. I don't have anyone out here with me right now filming me and everything like that, but I'm out here doing it. I'm out here starting it. I'm out here in nature and it's beautiful, and I'm inspiring at least one person that's watching this video, and that's all I care about. One person can change the world, man. It could change the whole trajectory, the whole timeline, everything. I won't get into all that right now, but you gotta let yourself be yourself, express those parts of you that you have been so afraid to show people out of that fear of judgment. And I'm gonna keep reiterating that. I know I've talked about it in the last video. You're gonna hear me talking about it in the future because, first of all, I'm still ingraining it into myself. I am not saying that I have all this figured out, but I'm applying everything that I'm saying to you right now, and that's why it feels so good to express it, because I'm walking the walk with you. Come along with me. Most people only show the end result of what they're doing. I am bringing you along with me through all of my challenges, through all of my ups and downs. I am peeling myself open and being vulnerable to you guys, and it definitely feels like that, because I'm being vulnerable, saying I don't have it all figured out. I'm going through these things. I want to express it to you and express to you the reflections that I'm having as these things start happening to me, so that hopefully if you're going through a similar situation or have gone through a similar situation in the past and you haven't found a way to deal with it, that this can help you to move forward and be your guiding light, be your spark, to let you start being yourself, to start doing the thing that you really want to start doing. Because the world needs you. The world wants you. And the world is waiting for you, for what you have to offer. No more hiding. No more playing small. We have to be unconditional and brave and courageous enough to do the things that we see in our mind's eye. We all have that imagination when we're daydreaming of what could be possible for our lives. We all have some image, even if we haven't sat down to think about it for too long. We all daydream about it. We all see it through the contrast of our lives. We all see it through social media and what other people are living. Just don't compare yourselves. Don't feel like you have to have it all figured out. Don't feel like you have to have an explanation to people when they ask you, well, what are you doing? What are you up to? You know, I'm living, man. I'm living my life. I'm acting on my passion. That's all that matters. The details don't matter. Respectfully, the details don't matter. So step out of that old version of yourself and into the new version of yourself that doesn't feel that it needs to prove its worth. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to be in transition. It's okay to be in the process of becoming. Because in that process of becoming, it's such a precious moment that nobody's going to see, nobody's going to validate you for, because the end result isn't there. The results aren't there yet. You're starting something, you're becoming a new version of yourself. No one's going to see that process except for you. Some people in your life might comment on it, like I was saying in the last video, and maybe that'll help validate you and push you along a little bit and give you encouragement. But some people might be reacting to you different or getting out of your life real quick, and that should be a good sign. Not a sign that you're doing something wrong, but a sign that you are doing something right. Hear that, man. You're doing something right when these things start to happen. If it seems negative at the moment, you got to reflect and ask yourself, is this actually negative, or have I been aligned and expressing myself, and as a result, some people are choosing to not be involved in my life as much or at all anymore. But if you've been expressing yourself and feeling like you're aligned in yourself and that's happening, then you should be celebrating. You should be rejoicing. I mean, that is absolute reason to celebrate right there. And that is the joy of the process. Because again, no one's going to see the result until the results start coming. Those physical, we're so attached to seeing the end result, and social media does not help at all. But as humans, and it's fine, it's our journey, but we're so attached to the physical. We're so attached to the end result and getting there as quickly as possible, from A to B as quickly as possible. Not realizing it's an up and down path. But it's not just an up and down path like this, it's like this. and it keeps going up. You have your ups and your downs, but they still keep going up and up and up. So I really, really hope this helps you guys. I hope this fires you up in some way to start being the person that you've always wanted to be, to start doing the things you've always wanted to do, and to do it without fear. All right, so trust yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Honestly, we all need to do that. And just trust yourself. Trust the universe. Trust God. That if you are aligned, and if you are acting on your excitement and your passion, if you're feeling happy, joy, peaceful from stepping into this new version of yourself, let that feeling of relief and of contentment and of peace and of growth be enough at first. You don't need the end result to prove that you're worth it. You don't need tangible results to prove to you anything, to validate your existence at all, or to validate that what you're doing is good enough. So thank you so much, you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me, especially at these beginning parts of me being on this YouTube experience. It's going to help me so much, especially at the beginning. If you can just hit that subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit the notification bell right next to it so you are always notified when I go live or when I put out a new video. I will be doing live streams as well once a week. I'm going to be posting every Saturday and every Wednesday. That's the schedule. Every Saturday and every Wednesday. So mark that down and come along on the journey with me. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it if you feel inspired and you have people in your life that you feel like will be touched by this or might need this. And make sure you comment below all your experiences, what you got out of this video, the ups, the downs, the challenges. Let's start a conversation. And I can't wait to go on this journey with you guys and to continue taking you on it with me. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And it's just amazing to be alive as a human on earth right now in these new times. So be easy on yourself. Take it easy. And we'll see you in the next video.